Hi y'all, so today we're making pepper shrimp the Trinidad way. All these ingredients are going to be listed in the description box. So first we'll add the vegetable oil to the pan. As the pot is on high heat, make sure you use a spatula and get all of that out of there. You make sure the pot get a little hot, the oil start getting a little like nice and sizzling. Then you add your 2 diced up bird peppers into the pan. So you fry that up, you sizzle it up a little bit. The place is going to start smelling real peppery and you might cough and sneeze, but it is okay, just be prepared. After we add the bird pepper and we fry it up a little bit in the vegetable oil, giving the oil a nice peppery flavor, then we will add the shrimp to the pan. So I just had like 0.7 ounces of shrimp that I added into there. I mean 0.7 pounds. And then I have salt, cayenne pepper, black pepper in there, and I think I put a little bit of adobo seasoning in there. But in our case, if you're back at home in Trinidad, it's all-purpose seasoning, not adobo. That's just the best and the closest I could get to all-purpose seasoning over here. Otherwise, I'll be using my Chief brand all-purpose in the green pack. But yeah, you put that in there. You don't put too much salt in. On my Instagram, that was a piece of scallop in the shrimp. But on my Instagram, I literally said a teaspoon of salt. Literally, I needed to break that to a quarter of a teaspoon of salt because a teaspoon will be too much. I cut the tip of a lemon, not too much, and squeeze some lemon juice in there. That will cut the freshness and also give the shrimp a nice flavor. So I mix that around for a while, let the heat kind of let the seasonings that we just put in there, the dry seasonings, absorb into there. In here we have some green seasoning, ketchup, oyster sauce, and sesame seed oil. The oyster sauce is at the bottom, and we put that in there. As shrimp cooks really fast, we want to hurry up and get the ingredients in the pot so that the shrimp doesn't overcook. I might have overcooked it a little bit, but we want to make sure and get everything in there so that the shrimp doesn't overcook. So I added all of that in there. Don't put too much sesame seed oil though. It's a very strong oil and it could overpower your dish very quickly. But yeah, you mix that up in there. Mix. Looking nice. It's coming together really nicely. The house was smelling so peppery. After you mix that down for like 2 or 3 minutes, you add your garlic. I put 2 tablespoons of garlic in there. If you are not a fan of garlic, you could just put like a teaspoon if you would like. I just love the way how garlic tastes on seafood, so I put 2 tablespoons of garlic in there. The reason why we didn't add it at first is because garlic tends to burn really quickly. So we added the garlic after the shrimp was partially cooked into the pan. That way it won't like burn or anything like that. You mix that up, you let the garlic kind of like let all those flavors out into the shrimp. You cook it down. Then we add in our butter. I put in 1.5 teaspoons of butter. 1 tablespoon, and a half of butter in there. I used to put a lot of butter and stuff, but I kind of cutting back on it. But yeah, put that in there, let that butter melt down a little bit and get all over every piece of shrimp. As you can see me trying to melt it down, and then I kind of use I'm using a spatula because I like the way how it like scrapes all of the ingredients from something. So I kind of like scrape and turn and making sure all of the stuff get all over the shrimp. I tasted it a little bit. It was a tad bit salty, so I decided that I wanted to add a little bit more oyster sauce into there, as oyster sauce is kind of sweet. I didn't want to add ketchup, I just wanted to add the oyster sauce. No particular reason. If you want to add more ketchup, you can, but I put some more oyster sauce in there because I kind of like it kind of sweet. So I put a little bit more oyster sauce in there, about a tablespoon's worth probably, and I mixed that up a little bit. In order to eliminate the saltiness, so where you have to add more oyster sauce, that's some water that I also set aside. You don't want it to constantly be cooking in like butter or oil. You just want to add a little bit of water to create like a sauce. But in order to eliminate that, you could take out the all-purpose seasoning altogether, or just add no salt and all-purpose seasoning. I put my chives in. You put your chives in after it is almost finished cooking. When it is ready to turn off, you put your chives in, because the chives, you don't want it to like cook. You just want it to settle in and give out like that nice flavor. I had like 2 tablespoons of water in that container there, and I gradually added it, and as it evaporated, I keep adding a little bit more just to make sure I get that nice sauce, because the bottom of the pan is like coating with the sauce and stuff, and you want to make sure you get all of that up. Right now we just stir in, and as it gets really thick, as the sauce that you create, it gets really thick. As you can see, as I zoom in right now, you can see that it is coating every piece of shrimp really nicely. So now I turn the stove off, added a little bit more water just to make sure we keep that nice coating over the shrimp, that every piece of shrimp have a nice coating over it. And this is the final product, y'all. You see that? It tastes really good. I'm not even over exaggerating. I really like shrimp and I like pepper, so I like this a whole lot. So, but also, if you are in Trinidad, you could also add pimento peppers to this if you would like. But thank you all for watching. Bye.